I think that's one thing I'm really proud of with this team is we all treat this as a stewardship. We take this investigation very seriously. This is nothing short of stunning.
How would you best sum up what you went through this year in particular?
Well, I'll tell you, Eric and I have talked about this a lot, and both of us feel the same way. We've collected so much scientific data, it'll take us years to go through all of it.
Yes.
So let's dive into your efforts on the bubble. Eric, you've done a lot of work compiling a lot of evidence vis-a-vis the bubble. What stands out to you this year?
When we talk about bubble, when we talk about parts of that structure centered on the triangle, and we see anomalous things happening around that periphery at about 2,000 feet at altitude right above the triangle. I feel like we may be looking at something that, if I can use a flowery term, could represent sort of the nervous system of the phenomenon on the ranch itself.
And you add to that the physical evidence that we've seen of rockets apparently veering around in that 31-foot level and not just shooting out, but also coming back into orbit as if there's some invisible mass there, what we've labeled the blob.
Well, we've seen rockets explode, and we've seen a blob. We've seen this mass from multiple camera viewpoints that have confirmed there's something truly above the triangle that is interfering with our experimental activity.
Then this year we went way higher and chased that electromagnetic whatever it is. There's something up there, and it's massive and it's powerful.
Yeah, we've discovered that there may be some very unexpected magnetic structure going on at about that 800-foot level. You know, Travis has volunteered some extremely interesting commentary regarding the magnetic aspect.
Yeah, well, the Sky Elements drones, all 100 of them measured the same thing. And it enabled us to map out a magnetic field emanating from 750 to 1,000 feet above the triangle that's emanating all outward radially from that point. That doesn't exist in nature. That's not a thing. I don't know, but it all seems connected.
And you guys have so many things that you've done this year that undoubtedly prove there is something there. And you can sense that excitement tonight with the team that you had, the scientists watching them try to make sense of what you are discovering is thrilling.
We have Travis Taylor, who has worked with everyone from NASA to Army intelligence and the UAP task force. We have Eric Bard, who is a plasma physicist directing these scientific experiments. And then you have Dr. Hal Puthoff, whose history goes back to 1996 with the Bigelow team.
Well, there were descriptions of an anomaly.
Yeah.
You know, coming down, going into the mesa, coming out.
Matched with Jay Stratton, who was one of the first real intelligence community executive senior operatives that came out and witnessed with his own eyes phenomena that defied any conventional explanation. You look at the number of credentialed third-party experts from Sky Elements to Lock Precision to Red Devil to Pete Kelsey to Allnettech that have the same correlating data from vastly different scientific platforms of their own making or their own manufacture that are confirming this.
And you know, Matty, that's why I think globally people are interested in paying attention. That's why we have governors come here.
Matty, I think it's important to reflect at this point that we've had former Governor Gary Herbert actively engaged with this investigation.
I think it's not only important for Utah to find out what's happening within our borders, by the way, but for America and the world.
Up to current sitting Governor Spencer Cox.
In places like this in the basin, we have some weird stuff.
Hey, Senator. How are you?
We have our senior United States Senator, Mike Lee, who has also been briefed and been here physically to see with his own eyes.
One of the things that comes up in Washington when things that are observed in the sky that they can't explain is we need to know what's there.
We've had most recently Congressman Tim Burchett participate in this final briefing.
You all have opened up some questions that I have, and I'll be following up with the Pentagon about this.
Tim's also been leading briefings with the House of Representatives and is keenly aware of the reality of what is happening here at Skinwalker Ranch and beyond relative to the reality of unidentified aerial phenomena and the national security implications.